Welcome back, everybody. Well, today let's give the old Echo 58 volt battery chainsaw a workout. The kids got a tree swing, so we're going to try to go up here and hang it in the tree so they can get set here and swing. But right now, this creek bank all the way from one end to the other is just overgrown, so that's a project in the future to clear it all out. But for the time being, all these little scrubby trees hanging out, trying to get out of here and get some sunlight, I'm gonna cut them out of here, and we'll see if we can get this thing hung up there today. Now, I don't use a chainsaw all that often. I don't burn wood, so I do very little wood cutting, but most of the time when I need a chainsaw, it's to go trim one little limb or just something small. So that still served me well over the years, but I got to thinking it'd be handy to have one of these little electric chainsaws. So about a year ago, that's when I purchased this Echo. I'll tell you how I picked it though, is if you've ever been on YouTube and seen a channel called Project Farm, this guy, that's all he does is does product testing, and about any time I go to buy a tool now, I'll go to his channel, and he's probably done a review on it and tested it, and he'll kind of show you what to buy. So he's got a great channel, but he had, I think, a couple videos out there on electric chainsaws, and this Echo showed to be pretty good, so that's the reason I went with what I went with. Well, here's what it looks like. It runs a 16-inch bar, and then the battery is a 58 volt lithium-ion battery. Then on just standard, like every saw, you've got a place up here for your bar oil. But for the operation, it's got a little safety switch here, and then you trigger. And she's ready to go. Color's pretty handy too, ain't it? Now, for those of you out there watching, I'm no Buck and Billy Ray, so this is definitely not an instructional video on how to cut a tree down. Let's see if we can get it to fall without tearing something up. All right, this is probably not a fair comparison, but just for demonstration purposes, I'm gonna take the Echo and we'll run it through this a couple times and try to get some kind of average time. And then I've got the MS-290, we'll run it through it a couple times and we'll see what the difference is. Don't turn loose. Don't turn loose. Hold on tight like a bull rider. Hey, baby. Hey, you held on for 8 seconds, man. Now that's probably like bringing a knife to a gunfight, but I'll tell you, if you match this up with one of these little smaller gas saws, I believe this little saw right here would hold its own. But if I can get my hands on a smaller one, I know my dad's got a smaller saw, I may do a little match up with them and see how they compare.
Timber.
Well, I got a trailer load of brush, and another pile there, and another pile over there. All right, now when I started, I had a full battery, so let's see how much we got left. We still got 2 bars left. So if you're wondering about battery life, there's you a pretty good real world example on how long they'll last. Like I said earlier, I don't cut a lot of wood, but I would say probably 90–95% of the time, that little saw would do everything I'd need it to do. I'm not gonna go into a lot of specifics on it because I'll get something wrong, but I think the saw weighs somewhere around 12–13 pounds. But the convenience of it's what's so nice. If you need to just cut one little limb or cut something off of a fence versus choking and cranking a chainsaw, just hit the button and crank it up and cut it off, and then you're done with it. But I will tell you, it's a winner in my opinion. If somebody asked me, would you buy it again, I'd buy it again. I'd like to say thanks again to Project Farm for making the video that led me to buying it. But anyway, thumbs up for the Echo 58-volt battery chainsaw. Well, if you've been debating lately on whether or not to get a battery-powered saw, hopefully that'll give you a little bit of insight on, and help you make a decision. But I would like to say thanks. We've had some recent people subscribe. I appreciate that. And hey, if you're out there not subscribed and will follow along, we'll be glad to take you. But hey, if you watch this one, I appreciate it. We'll see you later.